Hi and welcome to Lorna Green Yoga on YouTube. I'm Lorna, and if you are returning to practice with me, a warm welcome back. And if you're new here, then hi, welcome to your new yoga home. Go ahead and click the notification bell so that you always know when classes are going live. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so that I can continue to support your home practice with lots more free yoga. Today I was thinking about how so many of us are time poor. There's just days where the idea of spending 60 minutes on your yoga mat seems completely unattainable. And that's why I've created a short yoga wheel sequence that is going to challenge your balance and your strength, as well as unwind and relax you. So grab your yoga wheel, meet me on the mat, and let's have a little roll around. Come to the mat to a seated position with the legs crossed, the right leg in front of the left. Your wheel is at your right hip, and you're going to take your fingertips to the edge that's closest to you. As you inhale, just reach the wheel away from you, tilting your body to the right side. Exhale, draw your elbow back to the body, bringing the wheel closer to you again. Stretching out to the side, and then pulling the wheel back. Now, if you find that your left hip, your left leg want to roll and follow you here, use your left hand and just placing the left hand on the knee, gently pressing down to stop any roll from taking place. Each time you allow your breath to guide you, maybe noticing if you can go a little bit deeper into the pose, stretching your arm away from your body, bit by bit, more and more, coming back to the center. And this time reaching over, we hang out, press down through the palm or the wrist or the forearm, whatever part of you happens to be in touch with that top edge of the wheel. Pressing through the arm so you can feel your shoulder active. Feel this all the way into your armpit. You're going to take your left hand, reaching up and over your body, palm facing down towards the floor. Keep your chest open. Now, if you find that your neck is getting a little bit stressed here, just turn your gaze down towards the floor. But be aware if you do this, don't allow your shoulder to follow, collapsing your chest. Keep the shoulder open, the chest open. Press, press, press through the palm. And then take a breath in, preparing as you breathe out, bringing the wheel and your hand all the way back to the starting position. I'm going to take the wheel to the opposite hip. I'm going to shuffle to the other end of my mat so I don't run out of space. And you're going to repeat again, this time crossing the legs in the opposite way. So with the wheel at your left hip, you should have your left leg in front. Taking a breath in, you're going to reach the wheel away from you. Breathing out, drawing it back, coming to that upright position. Inhale. Inhale and exhale. Moving with your own breath. Your breath's going to be different to mine, so you find your pace and your rhythm. You can take your time. If you find as you're reaching it feels really good to stretch out, maybe just hold for a beat. Hold at the top of the breath before you breathe out and draw the wheel back. Finding some rhythm in your movement. You can use that right hand to press down through the right thigh if you need to. One more. Stretching out, holding here. Reaching the right arm up and over. Keep pressing your sit bones down into the floor. Make sure that that right thigh is not trying to raise itself away from the floor. You don't want to roll your whole body towards the wheel. Keep pressing through your left palm. Feel that active all the way into your shoulder, into your armpit. Take a breath in, preparing, and as you breathe out, everything coming back to that wonderful starting position. Uncross the legs, coming onto your knees. Take your toes together and your legs wide. You're going to pull the wheel in towards your belly, and you want to try and scoop the wheel so that it's sitting on the fleshy part of your belly, not on your ribs. And press your belly into the wheel so you kind of lock it in position. Now, if you find that you're resting on your ribs, it's probably because you're hunching rather than lifting out of your pelvis. So you might want to just hang out here, use your fingers to create a little bit of traction with the wheel, And practice lifting out of your pelvis, just sitting, taking some breaths, lengthening each time you inhale. If you're feeling good here, you're feeling kind of comfortable, you're going to raise the arms up, cactus arms, elbows in line with the shoulders, palms facing forward. Taking a breath in, you're going to squeeze your elbows behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades together. As you breathe out, you can bring the arms forward as if you're trying to touch your forearms together, and you can turn the palms to face you. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, like you're doing a really cool 70s dance. Pans, people. Oh, if you're old enough to remember that, you're my kind of person. Follow your breath. Don't allow the movement to guide your breath, but rather your breath guides the movement. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, together. One more. Bring the hands to the side of the body. You're going to roll yourself upwards. Now, as you do, just roll the wheel away. Bring your legs together and make sure that the wheel is coming into contact with the upper part of your thigh, the lower part of your belly. So you're coming onto all fours, but making sure that you've got contact with the wheel. So the thighs and the belly are both touching. Place your hands to the mat, the fingers are wide. Your shoulders are a little bit behind your wrists. Now, that's not usually what we do in this position, but you need to have space, because as you raise your legs off the floor, which is what we're going to do in a second, your shoulders are going to rock forward. So you need to allow some space for this to happen. Otherwise, your shoulders are going to push past your wrists. It's going to be very uncomfortable. So taking a breath in, tuck the toes under. As you breathe out, push the shoulders forward, press through the toes, push through the base of your feet. Imagine you're trying to get your heels to touch the floor. You can feel your kneecaps lifting, your thighs are strong, coming into this plank prep. Push the floor away from you, so you're not allowing your body weight to sink down into the floor, but rather you're lifting. There's lightness in your body. You're pressing through the base of the fingers, using your arms, using your palms to lift your body and raise you up and away from the floor. Taking a breath in, take the right foot and raise it up. Exhale down. Inhale, left leg comes up and down. Raising up once more. Inhale and down. Raising up. Now, if this is feeling okay, let's add another dimension to it. If you're still finding yourself a little bit wobbly here, then this is where I want you to hang out and just keep practicing lifting your legs away from the floor. But if you're feeling pretty good about this, then you're going to raise your right leg up and you're going to squeeze into your belly and raise your left arm away from the floor. Your palms should be turned inwards, fingers nice and wide, long line from toes to fingertips. Returning the hand and the foot to the floor. Take a breath in, raise the left leg and the right arm. Find your balance. Stretch, stretch, stretch with the fingers. And coming down, both returning to the floor. Again, choose your challenge level. If that was feeling enough, then that's where I want you to hang out. If you want to add another dimension to this, then we're going to take a breath in, raising the right arm, the right leg and the left arm, bending your right knee. So if you're trying to bring your heel to your butt, sweep your hand all the way behind you and find your ankle. Allow the ankle to press into your palm, pushing your knee upwards. Press through the left leg and the right palm, keeping your balance, and keep opening and squeezing. Focus your eyes on a single point. It'll help with your balance. And then release everything down to the floor. Take a moment, check in with your wrists. If you need to come down just to take a break, then by all means do so. If you're feeling pretty good, we're going to raise the left leg and the right arm, bending that left knee. Sweep your arm around to find your ankle. I knew it was there somewhere. And press the ankle into the palm. Keep pushing. Just gently feeling your way into this. If you go too quickly, you'll mess up your balance. You want to just move slowly, piece by piece, opening up your body, testing your balance. Slowly returning. Just taking a moment to come down to the knees. Roll your wheel away from you. Resting your forehead onto the wheel. As you let your belly sink between your thighs, take some breaths. And just notice what feels different in your body. Maybe a little shift from side to side. Take a breath in and out. Good. Rising up onto your knees. Bring your knees together. You can tuck the toes under. If you find that you have a tendency towards getting crampy feet, don't put them flat on the floor. So raising up so your hips are in line with your knees. Allow yourself to reach for the wheel. So there's a little hinge at the hips. As you inhale, walk the wheel away from you. Hinge at the hips, rolling the wheel until you can feel your chest sinking down to the floor. Keep pressing through the arms, press through the palms on the wheel. Take a breath in and sink down towards the floor. Feel yourself lengthening and lifting, stretching out the shoulders. As you inhale, scoop your shoulder blades together, squeezing the shoulder blades, arching the back, pressing your belly towards the floor. You can even look up at the wheel. As you breathe out, tummy draws back towards the spine, and there's just a tiny bit of rounding through the back. Inhale, sink down a little bit more. Exhale, rounding, squeezing onto the wheel. Inhale, stretch out like a cat in the sunshine. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, sink. And as you exhale this time, roll the wheel back towards you, bending the elbows, hips to heels, resting your head on the back edge of the wheel. Take some breaths, let your elbows get really heavy. Shoulders sinking down towards the floor. Just take a moment to hang out here. Oh, it feels good, doesn't it? Rolling the wheel back towards your body. You're coming up onto your knees again. Same starting position as we had a few moments ago. So make sure that the wheel is in contact with the upper part of your thigh, the lower part of your belly. Spread the fingers wide on the mat. Take your wrists a little bit forward of your shoulders. Tuck the toes in preparation for raising yourself to the plank prep. Big breath in, breathing out, rolling forward. You get into that forward roll. We're going to find our balance again. So make sure that you can lift each of the legs. You feel comfortable. Now, as you do, we're going to focus on the right side first of all. Taking a breath in, raise your right leg up. As you breathe out, you're going to bend your knee and scoop it as if you're trying to get it to touch your right elbow. And then you're going to bring it behind you. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Doesn't matter if your knee touches your elbow. You've got a wheel in the way, so there's a good chance that it won't. Got one more to go. Squeeze. Keep lifting that leg strong through your body. Push the floor away with your palms and then bring your foot down to the floor. Taking a moment to raise your hips up, pushing through the palms. You might need to just roll the wheel a little bit further back so that you can sink into your down dog. Just pedaling the feet. Lengthening through the spine. Good. Sinking all the way forward. Down onto your knees. Wheel in front of you. Make sure that you can feel the thighs and the belly. Take a breath in as you breathe out. Everything coming into alignment. This time, we do the same thing on the left side, raising up the left leg. Breath in as you breathe out, scoop it to the side. Lifting and touching. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more. Exhale. And pushing your hips up towards the sky once more. Just take your wheel out the way. If it's a little bit low, pedaling the feet, lengthen through your back. Make sure there's space between your shoulders and the ears. Bend your knees if you're not sure if your back's in the right place, and then you can begin to straighten the legs as you feel yourself lengthen. Stretching through the entire body. Taking a breath, bringing your knees down to the floor, rolling your wheel away from you. You're going to come onto your knees with the wheel behind you. Make sure that there's space between your feet. Otherwise, your wheel's going to roll over your toes. It's not very comfortable. You're going to take the wheel to your lower back, fingers to the inside, thumbs just touching at the outer hip. Let yourself mold to the shape of the wheel. Let the shoulder blades come into contact with the wheel. Hips stay close to the heels. And you can interlace the fingers, supporting the head. Keep your elbows close together. As you allow yourself to relax and soften, you're molding and melting to the shape of the wheel. Now, if you find that you're here and this is really enough for you, this is taking your back into a whole new territory, you can feel the front of your body opening, then I really don't want you to go any further than this. Use the hands to support your head. This is where I want you to hang out. Just keep breathing and softening. If this is feeling good, again, just using the hands to support the head and allow yourself to sink back. Let your head drop backwards, but do it supported, nice and gently. And if that's feeling good with the head hanging backwards, maybe just reaching the hands towards the floor. Fingertips touching, palms together. Stretching your arms overhead. Keep the hips low to the heels. Your back arching comfortably over the wheel, so you're just melting and molding to the shape of the wheel. If it's too strong to have the arms straight, bend the elbows. You can just touch the fingertips to the floor. Take a breath in and out. Fingers to the sides of the head. Tuck the chin to the chest. And begin to roll up nice and slowly. Allow your spine the opportunity to realign as you rise up. So you want to move really slow, slow, slow. Coming all the way up. Bring your wheel in front of you. You're going to take your wheel long ways so that it can move side to side. Come down onto your butt. Taking your wheel so that it sits just to the back of your knees. So you're resting your calves on the wheel. It takes a couple of minutes just to find the right position for this. And then you can start to lower yourself down to the floor, sinking your body. Feel your shoulders, the back of your head, all coming into contact with the floor. Relax your feet, your ankles, and you'll find that the weight of your legs counterbalance each other, so you don't have to do any kind of work to hold yourself in this position, but you can create a little side-to-side motion. Rocking the pelvis, turn the palms upwards, open the chest. Feel your body fully supported by the floor. Reducing the movement bit by bit, coming to stillness. And you can rest here now as long as you need to, as long as it feels good. Gently close the eyes, turn inwards, focus on your breathing. Rise up from the floor whenever your body feels ready to do so.